Good morning, students. In the last class, we have seen abrasive jet machining principle. What are the elements of AGM? Now we will see in detail of each element significance and what is the purpose of each element, what its capacity, what is function in the abrasive jet machining. Like that, we'll be seeing in this session. Just quickly, I'll review what is the principle of abrasive jet machining once again. See, with the help of kinetic energy, a jet of inert gas consisting of very fine abrasive particles strikes the workpiece at high velocity, resulting in material removal through chipping or erosive action. So, the principle is the kinetic energy possessed by the abrasive particles, that kinetic energy is imparted by the nozzle, that high velocity traveling abrasive particle jet, which is a mixture of inert gas and the abrasive particles of such same size grains, is going to hit the material, which generates impacts on that and immediately due to the erosion action, the material is going to remove from the workpiece. And what are the elements required for or elements involved in abrasive jet machining are gas propulsion system, abrasive feeder, machining chamber, abrasive jet machining nozzle, and abrasive particle system. Okay, quickly we'll see construction also. See, we have an air compressor, a turn valve to operate the flow of air from the compressor, and these are some pipe structures, right? And the pressure control valve, what pressure to be maintained is to be controlled here with the help of some pressure gauges. Next, a dryer to evacuate the humidity from the air. Next, filter to remove the impurities from the air, if any hard particles or some kind of filtration happens here, see, abrasive particles mixing is going to happen in the next phase. So we need to filter here to remove the any contaminating materials, hard particles are there, any other unwanted materials like chips or dust particles, such are filtered here from the air. A clean air is subjected here to the shaker, where abrasive feeder also is existed or connected to this chamber, and a electromagnetic shaker is also connected to this chamber. Here mixing happens of air and abrasive with the help of electromagnetic shaker. Nothing but we are going to give some vibration, okay, so that this gets properly mixed, and further this is forwarded to the nozzle by an on or off valve. Okay, and once this it enters this nozzle, if some pressure is here maintained, and this pressure increases here, and automatically velocity increases of that abrasive jet, and when it is subjected to the surface of the workpiece, material gets removed, and you can see workpiece is placed over the table fixing. This is the machining chamber. It has an exhaust to collect the dust are nothing but scrap or removed material chips along with the gas. So this is the construction. Now we will see each one. Elements. Gas propulsion system. The gas propulsion system supplies clean and dry air like air, nitrogen, or CO2 to propel the abrasive particles. Propelling means nothing but moving or forwarding, right? Propelling means it has to carry that, or it has to forward that to the required location. That's the meaning. Just to carry or move or to impart movement. That's what propulsion is nothing but. So here the propeller is gas. Abrasives for, with respect to abrasive particles, the propeller is gas anamata. Okay. Now the gas is supplied by either a compressor or a cylinder. See, we'll be having a compressor and a cylinder or a cylinder where this compressed air is going to be supplied with respect to the required pressures. In case of a compressor, air filter come dryer should be used to avoid water or oil contamination of the abrasive powder. See, once if it is not filtered or the air is not dry, this is going to uh, what we say. This is going to get in contact with these abrasive particles, and there, if oxidation, see, when it is, hits the material, if there the oil or water or is going to get oxide and form unwanted phenomena there. So we need to filter and dry air only to be given to the mixing chamber where the abrasive feeder is going to feed the abrasive material for mixing. The gas should be, see, the features of gas, it should be non-toxic, and commercially it should be easily available and also should be cheap. Okay, so this is the function of gas propulsion system, and features of gas should be these. Next, abrasive jet machining process variables. Important parameters that affect the material removal rate during AJM are stand up. Sorry, the slide has changed. Sorry. The abrasive feeder. Next element is abrasive feeder. Abrasive feeder. So the name itself indicates feeding. Feeding is nothing but providing. It is going to give the required quantity of abrasive to the mixing chamber where gas is also supplied. Pressurized gas is also supplied. Required quantity of abrasive particles is supplied by the abrasive feeder. That quantity is decided by the material properties, okay, of workpiece, and the required shape of the cut is going to happen, and what are the process factors, other factors. Okay, abrasive quantity is controlled by inducing vibrations to the feeder. The particles are propelled by carrier gas to the mixing chamber. See, abrasive quantity, once this abrasive quantity is decided, for suppose 100 kg it is going to be given to the mixing of 100 kg of gas, we can say 100 liters of gas, we can say. Once this is fixed, the vibrations, see, for any mixing we will need to give some stirring operation, right? Here we can't stir with a normal stirrer. స్టిరింగ్ అంటే కలపడం, మన మజ్జిగలో కనుక కవని చెప్పిన అలా కాకుండా వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు షేక్ దట్ chamber with too high frequency of vibration, right? Once whenever this is shake or given to the subjected to the vibrations, the quantity of particles and the gas get mixed well. The particles are propelled by, see, propelling is nothing but taking forward or carrying by gas to the mixing chamber. The abrasive mixtures moves further to the nozzle. Once the mixing is proper happen, we call it as abrasive mixtures, and this mixture is forwarded to the nozzle with the help of a on-off control switch. The nozzle impacts higher imparts. The nozzle imparts high velocity to the mixture, which is desired at the workpiece surface. Material removal action occurs due to the erosive action. This we already discussed. Machining chamber. What happens in the machining chamber? What exactly uh, role of machining chamber? Machining chamber is well closed so that the concentration of the abrasive particles around the working chamber does not reach the harmful limit. Machining chamber is equipped with a vacuum dust collector, nothing but exhaust. So machining chamber is well closed. It will be a closed one. and the concentration of ఎందుకు closed one తీసుకున్నాం, because abrasive particles should be concentrated or focused onto the chamber where the workpiece has to be removed exactly location, right? Otherwise there will be harmful to workpiece damage. There is a chance of damaging of workpiece. So that is what. And a vacuum dust collector, nothing but exhaust. Next, abrasive jet nozzle. What is the nozzle? We already know. It is going to take the see, for suppose, so what the nozzle does is, if the fluid or gas or whatever the material entering in the nozzle at the larger end is about 100 meters per second velocity it has, for example, coming to the other end, because it is a cross section gets reduced gradually, it is going to, the material inside which is flowing is going to get subjected to the friction between the cross section continuously and gets pressurized to a higher level. And obviously once it comes out of that small cross section of the nozzle, immediately it gains acceleration, it gains accelerated velocity. So obviously if it is 100, based on the cross section and other parameters, it is going to get around 200 velocity, 200 meters per second, for example I am saying. the, Whatever that required speed can be controlled by the cross section which we are applying in it. The AGM nozzle, see, this varies. Nozzle dimensions varies based upon the application. Several different dimensions will be available, that you know. Whatever is amicable, basing on the standard logs in the industry, they are going to choose based on the purpose and past experiences. They are going to pick up the nozzles. Okay. AGM nozzle is usually made up of tungsten carbide, which has high resistance to wear. Right? Why this wear should be controlled for the nozzle? Because we are using abrasive particles, right? They are going to impact on the walls of the nozzle. So obviously there will be some sort of wear on the nozzle surface, inside surface. So once that is deteriorated, this pressure or velocity can't be achieved, right? So obviously it has to have high resistance to wear. Where this hence this is formed or made out of tungsten carbide, which is a higher hard material. The nozzle is made of circular or rectangular cross section. See, this is a cross section. See, based upon the, I said in the previously, just based upon the application, we are going to take the pick the nozzle. It is decided. It is designed that a loss of pressure due to bends, friction, etc. is minimum possible. The nozzle pressure is generally maintained between 2.85 kgf per centimeter square. Okay. So the design of the nozzle or pipes should be in such a way that the abrasive mixture is, whenever it flows, it should maintain the pressure which is given from the uh, pressure controller till it enters the nozzle. Then only the required velocity can be imparted to that mixture. Okay, and the pressure which generally maintained will be 2.85 kg per centimeter. Its value depends on the material of workpiece and desired characteristics of the machine surface. General ga value ఉంటుంది, and that can be depending. That also depends. Maximum arrange umma. And if you are cleaning, then it reduces. If you are cutting, it increases. Okay. So that's the features of abrasive jet nozzle. And coming to abrasives, you already know aluminum oxide, silicon carbide, glass beads, crushed glass, and sodium bicarbonate are some of the abrasives used in abrasive jet machining or even in ultrasonic machining. Wherever we use some abrasive, even in grinding wheels, these are the generalized abrasive particles that are available. That, but what form we are using is different here. In generally, in grinding we are going to impact these particles on the grinding wheel. In ultrasonic we are going to mix it with a slurry, mix it with water compulsorily. And coming to abrasive jet machining, we are going to take it as gas as a medium for carrying medium of these abrasive particles, right? That's the difference. The selection of abrasives depends upon the type of work material, material removal rate required, and machining accuracy. The performance characteristics which we require is going to decide the material or abrasive size, shape, which we accommodate into the abrasive jet machining. Okay. Aluminum, but coming to the general things, abrasive jet oxide and silicon carbide are good for these cleaning operations, nothing but surface cleaning. If we have once welded, some kind of hard material is welded, and we have some chips like dots on the surface, we need to correct it by cleaning. With the help of abrasive jet, it is to be cleaned as per the client requirement. Then we can accommodate aluminum oxide or silicon carbide cutting and deburring operations of hard materials that can be accommodated by or performed by these aluminum oxide and silicon carbide as abrasives in abrasive jet machining. The size of abrasive particles available in the range from 10 to 50 microns. Nothing but, see, the range, abrasive particle size range will be 10 to 50. In between 10 to 50 micrometers. The size can be varied by the shape or material or the whatever the operation we are performing. If cleaning, it can be 10 or to 10 to 15. If it is deburring, it can be 40, like that. That depends on the standard law. The small abrasive particles are used for cleaning and polishing, while large particles for better cutting. Small abrasive particles are used for cleaning and polishing. Those two are surface finishing operations, like not cutting operation. While large particles are to be involved when we are going to remove the material, like or we are cutting some grooves or profiles, then we need to have some larger particles comparatively. Fine grains has less irregularities in shape, hence their cutting ability is poor. Fine grains means nothing but, you see, 10 microns to 50 microns. If we consider uh, 10 as our abrasive particle size, then it will be fine grains. We can say, if the size is less, we can say fine grains. See, once it is small, the shape doesn't have significance, right? Almost all particles will be coming under same or similar kind of shape. Hence, once this same shape is accommodated to the abrasive particles, the cutting ability will be poor. That's why it is going to be used. These fine grains are used only for cleaning or polishing purposes. Okay, the abrasives will have sharp and irregular shapes and be fine enough to remain suspended in the carrier gas. These are the features. The abrasives will have sharp and irregular shapes. Sharp, nothing but they will be, see, abrasive particles are, whenever we cut the material, if it is having a irregular shape, then we can say it is sharp, because these are small particles, and the required operation is erosion to disturb the surface with the help of impact forces. So with these considerations, we can say those are irregular and also sharp, and we will be fine enough to be remained in a carrier gas. Next, The reuse of abrasives are not recommended because of two reasons. See, once the abrasives are used or applied into the machining operation, they can't be reused in abrasive jet machining operations. But we can use in the same we have contractory in ultrasonic machining. We have slurry and we can reuse it by cleaning and filtration. But here it is not possible because why? Abrasive jet contaminated with metallic chips which may block the nozzle passages, right? Cutting ability of the used abrasive particle goes down. Further, the cost of abrasives is also low. We can reuse once if it has its potential cutting ability is same. In ultrasonic vibration, we have that facility, but here it is not that case. These abrasive particles are getting contaminated, and there is a chance of blocking of nozzle passages. Such and these may comparatively for abrasive jet machining, the grains which we acquire also have some lower costs comparatively. These are the different elements that are required for or the functions of the each element of abrasive jet machining for proper machining of workpiece in the abrasive jet machining operation. The same kind of we can say the same kind of elements will be seen in water jet machining and abrasive water jet machining also. But the difference where we require we observe is the abrasive mixing or water only. That's the difference majorly. Other parts will be almost similar with some sort of difference, and constraints and process parameters will differ accordingly.